broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, AfterBuzzers, and welcome to another after show for Queens of Drama, here only on AfterBuzz TV. We're opening up with a classic Guiding Light theme song, since Joan Collins and Crystal Hunt were on the show, so we're kind of carrying the theme through with all these theme songs. I'm your host, Grant Rutter, and breaking it down with me tonight,
I'm Guy David. It's great to be back with you guys. You guys made my week last week. I'm excited.
Thank you.
And Mark J Freeman. Back again.
And Mark, you've got the chat roll going.
Got the chat going. If you got something to say, I'm here to read it.
Or Twitter. Guy and Girl Show.
Yeah.
Tweet me. I'll tweet you back.
Yeah.
Yes, please do. All right.
Someone just said, Guiding Light.
Love it.
Nick.
Let's talk about dealing with the sociopath.
Yeah.
The name of this
strong
episode.
Words.
AKA Crystal.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A little more dramatic than the actual show itself, I would say. The title. I mean,
yeah.
Okay. So we open up with Joan's surprise. We are back. I thought we were like past this scene because I've seen so much teased for this moment. I thought we were way past Joan walking into the room. But we picked her where we left off, and Donna was telling all these women she knew what they're up to and all that. Mm-hmm. And then Crystal made a comment. She said, it's good business to be able to kind of take meetings with different people. It's kind of like going, dating someone. And I could see her point. What did you think?
I liked what she said. When you date more than one person before marrying them. She sort of had a point there, but it was a little anticlimactical to me. I thought it was going to be a big sort of cat fight with all the women, drama going off. It didn't add up to that with all the teasing and everything that happened. I don't know.
I agree. I do agree. It makes sense to, choose, look around, stuff like that. However, and I think Lindsay said it right this episode, lesson learned, don't want to be on Donna's bad side. So I think I think Joan Collins' point that, look at all these things that Donna Mills has done. She's produced these shows. I get for the show, you got to have the drama, you got to have the contrast, and Christy getting so upset every time Donna makes a decision. You just have to go, really, Christy? You're really that upset that Donna Mills wants to head this project for you? It doesn't, to me, it's a no-brainer.
Why would the girls jeopardize that anyway? Mm-hmm. You've got a person that clearly has connections in Hollywood and can clearly do something for them, and they're struggling actors right now. Yeah. Why would they even behave like that?
Well, what sold it for me was when Donna said, hey, I had 4 shows in development at ABC. Now, granted, okay, they were in development. They didn't exactly, make it to television.
I agree.
But,
I agree.
This is someone who knows how to take a meeting, knows what the executives are looking for, the correct presentation, the preparedness, and bringing on a showrunner, which I want to transfer over to, is this a bad idea that Donna has a showrunner lined up? All these women, they each had their moment where they were like, oh my god, I can't believe it. She's already putting a showrunner.
Well, and I think the point that they're not even thinking about a showrunner just proves that Donna knows what she's doing, that she's already taken that step, and you're not even thinking about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and not only that, who do they know then?
Yeah.
Do you know someone else that's a better showrunner that you can pull on? Do you have Mark Cherry in your phone? Do you have, who do you have? What are we going to bring to the table? If she's got someone, let her do it.
I don't get it. Isn't this benefiting them? Isn't the showrunner helping them get to their goal? Why would they even be
especially
disputing
if it's somebody
this?
that is well known?
Exactly.
Donna even says the showrunner could make or break the project.
If you came up to me and said, we have a big production coming up, we got an opportunity to go on this, I wouldn't say, why did you go do that behind our back? I'd say, yes, this is what we want. We're doing this together. So that's why I don't. That's what.
And you said that of these projects that she had in development. We don't know if they got picked up or not. Someone's asking in the chat room. Ryan's asking in the chat room.
Apparently, she just said that she had them in development. Now, if they went to series or went to the network and was produced, I believe she would have said that. Like, I had 4 in development.
Right,
and
this
2
was
in,
my show. I pitched this show.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I agree. So I'm guessing they probably didn't get.
But I do believe she does have producer credit for other projects that she's worked on.
Yeah, you can IMDb her
right.
for sure, and it'll have producer credits on there, Ryan. It'll help for you.
But yeah, I mean, whatever with her. But I mean, what I'm saying is, like, I know these other women don't have anything else to really bring to the table when it comes to a showrunner that we are aware of.
Right.
Like you said, they should be grateful that she's even got this, these connections, and she's even being bothered, because it does seem like she just about has the time.
I'm surprised Donna's in the show, to be honest. I'm surprised she's taking a time out to do this for these struggling soap stars. I do love them. I think they're gorgeous, but they are struggling right now, so they've got to take a step back here, even though it is providing good reality entertainment, I guess.
Yeah. I'm gonna piggyback on that and just say, I especially Christy was talking in like the first episode that she just moved back to LA. She took some time off, this and that. She was doing headshots. We saw that on the thing.
Yeah.
So we know that, I mean, granted, yes, you have had a career. I'm not putting it down. I'm not dismissing anything that she has already done. But to have Donna Mills, I mean, for me, if I moved home and then came back and had a project with Donna Mills, I bet let's do it.
Yeah,
she hasn't had a career compared to Donna Mills. If we're going to be honest about it.
No.
Well, before we get into Crystal's temper, which I want to have a little time talking, we're only about 6 minutes into our video here. So I'm like, okay, let's phase things out. But so Vanessa and Christy are pairing up, and I think this is smart to have, 2 people that can speak, and pitch this to Donna. I think, safety numbers in this case, since they're so intimidated by Donna Mills,
right?
That, it's good to have somebody in if you're ever trying to sell anybody in anything, to have a right-hand man to be like, this is good. Yeah, I really like this. I was most excited when she told me this part. Is always helpful.
Right.
But the idea is questionable. We're looking at a middle school comedy here.
I was going to say, this was another question I had, because aren't they supposed to be doing a primetime soap opera? Like,
That's what I thought.
I thought that was too. So that this is coming up as a comedy that...
Yeah.
That kind of confused me. That kind of threw me for a loop.
Yeah, I thought the comedy idea was thrown out the window.
Welcome to Arrested Development.
I still don't get the disconnect, though. I mean, you were happy with it. She sought out Christy, but it's still disconnecting. Aren't they a team? Shouldn't they all be sitting down together?
Yeah.
They're going to cause problems here, which they already have.
She's doing exactly what she got mad at Donna for doing.
Exactly.
Sitting down with somebody else and not engaging, But I get also, too, that it's kind of like she's also wants somebody on her team when she presents
and
her.
Vanessa's already decided, I'm not going to be acting. I don't want to spend 15-hour days on set anymore. You're going to be the star, Christy, even though you haven't done much in your career, but I'm appointing you the star right now. Mm-hmm. And, we're going to tell her, we're doing this high school comedy thing. I didn't even get it. I didn't know what she was talking about, to be honest.
Yeah, and I'm going to go there. How many minutes in are we? 8 minutes and 20 seconds? As the star of the show probably isn't wearing butterfly clips. I did it. I went there. Sorry.
Continuing to distract me, but you know what? I did some research, and I wanted to get to the bottom of this.
Of the hair clips?
The hair clips.
You did?
You haven't told us this yet.
This was a message board. This was not coming from a quote or an interview.
Okay. This is so exciting for me.
We would love to have Christy come in here and give us the 411 in
Right.
person.
Yep.
But for what I understand, I believe that Christy went through a time in her life, and she went through a divorce, and she felt like she had kind of reemerged, and she kind of came out of her cocoon, if you will. And so with that comes the launch of the Butterfly
Let me go put my boots
thought she
on
would-
for this bowl.
I thought she's making. I thought she's just making money out of it, wearing the butterfly clips. In someone's company, she's making money out of it.
Yeah.
That's a nice story. Someone told in the message board, but nah, come on, I don't buy it.
Well, Chris, you're just gonna have to come in and tell us yourself. I mean,
Come in and explain the
now we're
butterfly
curious.
clips.
Now we're curious.
And
Absolutely.
we have made contact with her. I'm not going to get people's hopes up yet, but you have reached out to her, and there is a possibility.
Yeah, well, we hope so. Yes.
Hope so.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, I'd love her to sit there.
Yeah. No, we definitely need one of these ladies.
Dane's
perspectives.
mad that I'm making fun of the butterfly clips. Well, sorry, you're watching the wrong after show.
And those women are all lost. They're an absolute, almost
They're
a
almost
joke.
a joke. Yeah.
Well, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
We
Sorry.
but
We're just having a little issue with our monitors,
That's
everyone,
okay.
but this
It-
is the Queens of Drama after show.
Yes.
Okay,
Queens
yes.
of Drama, not Allegiance, not The Affair.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Almost Royal.
Almost royal.
Don't worry.
We're giving you a preview of the other options you have on AfterBuzz
Yes,
TV.
but wait until we're done here because there's more to get into. Now we need to put we need to basically look into the sociopath of the show. This
Yes.
like this quick label to be thrown on someone. But
Yep.
yes, Crystal and her temper. She was in this bar fight in West Hollywood. She explains that this is at a friend's restaurant. We know what happened, but my question for you: I'm sure we've all thrown something at some point. If something slips out
You
of
mean
your
beside Shade?
Exactly what I was going to say. I was waiting all episode to say this exact comment.
Okay, well, I won't steal it from you. Go right ahead.
No, you go. There's no way the glass slipped out of her hand.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't hurt people.
Well,
she did some damage to this woman. I mean,
Really?
you don't do it from throwing some water and the glass slipped out, and it might give you a little knock in the head. She glassed the girl.
Yeah, I mean, if you're...
I'm sure that's what her legal team has told her to say
Yeah.
on television.
Anyway, what were you
so.
saying? I stole your thunder there. So-
No, I just, for the life of me, I'm trying to think, throwing a ball of paper or even throwing a glass soap opera style, which is always fun to watch, but because it's not a soap and it's fictitious.
Yeah.
But I mean, not advocating throwing glasses at people, but I've always wanted to throw a glass of wine in someone's face, just the liquid though.
Well, it appears that we're going to be seeing some of that on this show.
yeah.
So you may get your wish.
But beyond that, well, no, I want to do it.
Oh, you want to do it?
Yeah,
Got
no,
it,
I
got
want to
got
do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just cannot picture how you would have a glass slip and not just it crash to the floor and affect someone in their face.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, you throw a glass of water, you sort of flick your wrist. Am I getting too much into it just to get the water on them?
Yeah.
That wouldn't hurt someone. If you that with a glass hurts someone.
Yeah.
I don't know this. This is just speculation.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was a good legal response by her.
Right.
You know.
Well, she is now facing charges, assault with a deadly weapon.
Who knew?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was just going to be a battery charge myself. So
Yeah.
she was like,
Hasn't it been settled, or it's still going
has
on?
been.
it
It
has,
has
been,
been
sure.
settled
Yeah.
now. 3 years probation or something. She got out of it
Yes.
lightly, I thought.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she
so
did.
So she doesn't really need to do anything, right? Like, you don't really need to just check in with the probation officer,
Well,
right?
I think you have to. She probably has to do community service and stuff like that. I think while she's on probation,
Yeah.
is my guess, and then she's got to be on the best of her behavior.
I've read some quotes from the victim, and she got messed up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was surprised Crystal got out of it that lightly. Had a good legal team behind her, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and you never know though. The victim. I mean, I'm not downplaying, but these. If there's a lawsuit involved, they could definitely be amping
Especially
it up.
when you see a celebrity that's doing it, and you just see dollar signs, and you're like, oh, well, if I say it was, this. Again, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there, so.
Yeah.
But I'm just, it is Hollywood, and everyone likes to sue.
Yeah.
Crystal has had a bad month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So she. Oh God, what is this? I can't even read my notes. But so we had to hear, a long list of in 1 week. Her fiance had a child. She called off the wedding.
6 days before.
Yeah, her mom had announced she had cancer. Her dog died, and she was arrested. So
She had a rough one.
Yeah, that's a lot to handle at once. But it was kind of keeping a tally here. When it got more than 3, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
When it
She's
rains, it pours, right?
But
Jeez.
it does explain a lot about why. I mean, we'll put that in quotes. It does explain a lot because we know it's television. But,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, those things do affect you.
mean,
and they affect you in
A dog died on set eating a piece of steak. That's dead set unlucky. It choked in front of everyone. It's awful.
Really?
Oh
Wow.
God, yeah. Poor thing.
Wow.
Anyway.
I was gonna say too.
Sorry.
I was gonna mention. I forgot earlier when we
can't.
were talking about Donna and when she was talking to Crystal, and when Donna, Crystal tried to pull a fast one on me. In a way, it was adorable.
that was the good line of the episode.
That was the great line of the episode. Yeah, I should maybe start doing a quote of the week like I do for Days of Our Lives.
I think we should
start doing that. I have a feeling it's going to be Donna every week.
Yeah, pretty much.
It will.
You never know.
That's fun.
So, Donna Mills is now wondering if this is going to affect the project. Crystal's temper, Crystal's, she's in the news for not so good things. To have someone tied to a project like this, we're trying to get in front of big executives. Is it a bad thing? Lindsay Lohan, anyone? I mean, it's like...
well, it's Hollywood.
Yeah.
Any press is good press. We all know that.
I mean, Crystal isn't the first person to have, pending legal issues and working on a project.
Right.
And it's not like, Crystal Hunt presents so-and-so. I mean, it's like, I think that it's not going to really be that much of an effect. But what I do agree with her concern with is the fact that the bad press could overshadow this project. Mm-hmm. I mean, when we search for queens of drama, we search for these individual actresses. The first thing that comes up for Crystal is this legal problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the reasons I wanted to watch the show, though. A little controversy is good. I wanted to see her real life. Was Donna talking more about the outside influence, or was she talking about the way Crystal interacts with the rest of the group? Like, she's always very obnoxious, standoffish. She's been caught lying.
Well, I think the lying is what did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Crystal's become my favorite character.
Yeah.
Is she a character? My favorite actress on the show.
Character.
She's
Very
entertaining.
character.
So, did Crystal reach out to Joan Collins? No. Crystal didn't.
Technically, no.
Did
she
she-
reached out to her assistant who reached out to Joan.
Yes.
Which is splitting hairs. Exactly.
Definitely. But I like that. I like that. Because she just stuck to her truth the whole time, or her
And
lie.
it was funny because I did watch it online before we watched it today, and something I noticed today was the way Crystal was dressed in that meeting with Donna. How she was like in that little pale pink sweater with the little schoolgirl collar hang. You know what I mean? Like she just looked so like what you would wear to court. You know what I mean? Like if you want to come across as a good girl, she was literally dressed like that.
Good point.
Her tatas were not hanging out like they were on the red carpet.
Can we can we get her in here? We have to get her in here.
Yeah, we got to get her in here.
You know what drives me crazy about those boardroom scenes, though, is that all the blinds are shut. So it doesn't make for a very nice looking setting. And apparently you can kind of see through the blinds. I'm watching closely for AfterBuzz. But you can see, the other building. You can see, there's something out there. We're not looking at a dumpster and a stone wall.
Right.
I mean, I just feel like it would add so much if they could just somehow figure out with, the lighting or gels or whatever to get that to look a little better. Because if we're going to have to, see a lot of scenes take place in this boardroom, I don't want to look at that.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Yeah, it was kind of...
I mean, I understand the show I understand the show doesn't have the budget of a Celebrity Apprentice, but it's like I want to see it's LA. I want to see color and light and good settings.
Yeah,
that's what escapism is. You know, so I'm kind of like, I know I'm being nitpicky and splitting hairs myself, but I want things to look better on the show. And they could really have some extras in the background of those restaurants.
I know.
That gets to me every time.
It's so distracting. It's distracting that there's nobody there.
Yeah.
I like it even like the Kardashians. They go to a restaurant, you see the restaurant full, and you even see people at the restaurant taking photos and looking around at them. And so it's real, it's authentic, you know? They go in the restaurant, it's empty. And as soon as they sit down, the guy comes with water straight away. He did it in both scenes. It's
Sounds
little
like a
things.
restaurant I need to start going to.
This is reality TV. People pick up on this because, as you said, they want escapism. It's another thing with the big reality shows. People want to escape their life to get in the Hollywood lifestyle. So they want it as authentic as possible. That's why we watch reality TV. And by doing that, it doesn't come across that way, you know?
Absolutely.
Well, if they get picked up for another season, maybe we'll start seeing more people in the restaurants. This may be I don't know if
nitpicking
it doesn't really cost anything to have people in the background, but I
Sometimes it could though.
Right.
And I get the shows.
When it was Donna and Joan, my sense was clear the room. Donna and Joan want to have lunch here. Yeah, that's the sense I got. For these three, not so much. You know what I mean? I have a feeling a lot of people in that restaurant would have been like, I don't even know who they are. You know what I mean?
Right. I thought they reserved the outside balcony or whatever that was the garden for the scene, like, which I could understand. You know, like, don't shut down business. Like, all right, whatever. We're going to close down this nice setting so we can get beautiful wide shots. And it was, it was well shot.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that dark restaurant, that was just like, come on.
I'd much rather they speak to the restaurant, say we're coming in here in peak hour with our cameras, we'll plug your restaurant, we'll get you some exposure. The restaurant's not going to mind. The managers will like that.
Yeah,
they did shoot they showed the name of the restaurant and stuff too.
Yeah, but
the empty restaurant.
I know if I was a restaurant manager, I would want to show my restaurant off with a lot of people there, or at least something. But go ahead.
Maybe 3 handsome gentlemen from AFTERBUZZ TV.
We'll have a few cocktails and look over our shoulder. See
I'm
what's
sure
going
some
on.
of our people that are watching us would love to come and have lunch behind them while they're taping.
What are people saying?
Someone just said Ken just says that they need season 1 RuPaul Drag Race lighting, which I think is funny.
I don't even know what that means.
It should get better. I'm hoping is what that means, because
I think we're all hoping for it to get better.
Is usually a little rough around the edges, so I think as it goes, it will get better. And they said hello, Mark J Freeman. So I don't know. Maybe it's somebody I know. I don't know.
Okay.
Elaborate on that, please.
Do we know each other? I don't know. Yeah.
So Vanessa is speaking with Christy. They're talking about the project, and she's not really sure about Hunter. And this kind of goes on. We see that it escalates. We've seen that all along. Apparently, it's going to be a big blowout argument coming up. I don't know. Has Hunter Tyler really done anything to really make anybody scratch their head and question if they can trust her?
Of the people on the show?
Yeah.
No. Not in my opinion.
She loves Donna. That's all we know.
Yeah.
Well, that's all she's contributed.
Right. Exactly.
But she's hard to rub off the wrong way. She stuck up for Donna a bit, but she hasn't really had a part yet, apart from the last scene. I don't know why Vanessa clearly dislikes her though.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was the comment about loyalty and not being married.
Not being married.
I think she's holding a grudge about that.
You're right.
But I don't know. Again, it's like it's Hunter Tylo. Like, how would I don't know. I get it. Hollywood can be catty, so maybe they were up for the same part and one of them got it, the other one didn't, so they're holding a grudge.
It still surprises me that if we see someone big in the the hosting, the radio, the television industry, we look up to them. We'd ask them questions, we'd respect them, we'd want to know more and learn from them, and they'd be a contact.
Right.
These girls just blatantly don't care about anyone, especially Donna, Joan, Hunter. The younger girls just don't care.
I mean, I really hope
they're trying to get them off.
I really hope that it's like set up. Like I think I was saying that earlier. Yeah. I hope it's just set up to get to where we're going, because it's a little far fetched that these girls. I mean. Wouldn't you like you said, if you're a soap opera star and you have Donna Mills and Joan Collins there with you, like how could you not respect them? How could you not, like, you've been through all of this that we're going through now as young actors. I would just be like, I just want to spend every moment with you and find out what you can help me with. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Regardless of producing my show, just in general,
You said something last week, Dead in the Show might be flat. So maybe that is maybe it adds to the queens of drama. You know,
right? Well, go ahead.
No, I'll wait because we're going to talk about it. But somebody made a comment. But
I'm just saying that I need more shade on this show. I've
more shade.
Yes, more shade.
I've
compared it to Hollywood Divas, and that show was just they would be smiling in each other's face, and then cut to the interviews, and they would just throw the worst daggers, and then they would turn to the other person next to them and then talk right about the person on the other side.
Right.
And that's kind of what I need a little bit more on this. I need to be a little bit more catty. I need it to be quicker.
Now, I know that I've friends with a lot of people that were on RuPaul's Drag Race since it got brought up. We keep talking about, like, whether this, is staged and how much of this is for the show and this and that. But now I'm thinking, now that they brought up Drag Race, and I talk about this a lot on the RuPaul's Drag Race after show, is when I talk to the girls who are watching the season now, they don't know how they were edited until they see it. So I'm curious if it wasn't staged, how these ladies are reacting to how it's getting edited and how it's making them come across.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's a question I'd love to ask one of them when they get
Yeah.
in. How did you view yourself, think you were behaving, and then watch it back now and how they edited you, how you are behaving? What do you think of it? That's a good point. You did
Yeah.
the editing determined so much of it.
Oh, absolutely. Because I mean, one of the girls from this season of Drag Race, we private message each other a lot. After the episode airs, I'll message her and stuff, and she'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe," Well, and I was friends with one of the girls from season 1, and she was on All Stars, and she made a comment, and they showed it on the show, and I said to her when I saw her, I was like, "Oh my god, I loved your comment to so and so," and she's like, "I wasn't even talking to one of the girls. I was talking to the PA that was standing on stage. I didn't even know the cameras were rolling." And then they edited it to make it look like she was saying it to one of the girls on the show. And I was like, "You're kidding me." She's like, "Yeah, no." She goes, "Watch my face. I'm not even looking at the girls. I'm looking out behind the camera, talking to somebody behind the camera."
Also, we can't forget there are a lot of pickups that happen
Right.
On these type of shows, specifically the Housewives. It's almost obvious sometimes to see how they'll have a shot of Vanessa Marcel talking, and then they'll cut to like a shot of a dog, or they'll cut to the other person she's talking to, and then like an audio clip will come in that sounds a little wild. It sounds like it was kind of shot somewhere else, maybe. And then, of course, that's like the zinger one,
Yeah.
So it's like, well, that is this the most organic? But that's reality TV. That's the name of the game. And anyone that watches reality TV at this point knows that giant grain of salt in the middle you have to watch these shows.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
for the most part, specifically these docu-soaps is what I'm referring to more than any of them, like Queens of Drama, Housewives,
Yeah.
my things.
Yeah, absolutely.
These shows. So let's talk about Hunter Tylo and the scene with her husband and how he's insisting that she
Should
change
we start
her
calling
name.
her Hunter Archilla?
I don't think so.
Does he just come across as the most obnoxious husband of all
Yeah,
time?
he
Just
does.
from what we've seen him so far, he's the most dislikable guy. I don't know how much he got edited, but
Yeah, talk about editing. He might be pissed.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope that they had a conversation with her about discussing her child before that happened. I mean, I would hope. I mean, that just seems I mean, even I don't know if I would go there. And I go a lot of places I probably shouldn't.
That's the one time I don't think they did. That
Yeah.
sounded quite genuine. Like he was pissed and she was quite hurt and taken back by it. But that was a low blow.
I can't imagine those two sitting around and being like, okay, we're gonna have a conversation, and then I'm gonna bring up your deceased son. Like, I just can't imagine like them be like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Like, I can't imagine that being like a plan.
Nick says he needs to get kicked where it hurts.
I would like to have a chat to him how he got her in the first place, because he's overachieved. Every guy wants to overachieve with their wife,
Right.
and he clearly has from what we've seen about him so
Oh,
far.
okay, yeah. Oh, you're
Right.
throwing a little shade yourself, guy.
No, I've overachieved. That's why I'm engaged. Well, no, not winter. I don't have a ring, but that's why I've settled down.
See, I understand Hunter Tylo's need to keep her name. It's this business. It really does carry so much weight when you have that
I agree.
name.
I agree too.
It's like, it's not a business where you can take on your husband's last name. And you can hyphenate.
I see. I was thinking that
know,
she should hyphenate, if anything, just to keep. I don't know.
But stage names are a real thing, and they
Real.
really to get you in the door.
I can't think of an actor or an actress on the top of my head that has taken their husband's name completely without hyphenating it.
I mean, even someone like Wendy Williams. Wendy did take her husband's last name, but she and all of her work is branded as Wendy Williams. So on paper, at town hall, her name is Wendy Hunter, but on TV, on the billboards, whatever she has in magazine articles, it's Wendy Williams.
I think, he's still sort of. I just don't think he trusts her that she actually loves him, because he brought back the point that I think you're still in love with your ex-husband.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, come on.
That he's obviously bitter about something, because you don't really they don't change their names. It's not a personal thing.
Right. Exactly.
It's just the way they are.
Yeah.
And not only that, they're having this conversation now. I mean, they've been married. It's like, that's something you have a conversation with when you're about to sign the papers.
Right.
And I get he wanted to wait for her projects to wrap up to change the name, but I mean, I just don't buy it. They're just having this chat now. What you
I
want
was
to say?
just saying,
Something?
this is what they were talking about. This says Nick says that she did change it on her Twitter. And then Dane says that she changed it on Facebook as well, but she changed it back to Tylo before Queens of Drama began.
Oh, I was trying to find her on Twitter, and I typed in Untitled, and I couldn't find her.
Well,
Now,
maybe
so
try Archella.
I guess.
He might,
So
he might
now
be a little
see,
bitter
there's an
about it.
example right there.
Oh, Victoria Beckham. That's a
yeah.
change her name. Thank you, Ken.
Good one. You're married to David, though, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like you're changing it.
I am
Smith,
actually changing
like,
mine to Beckham too.
I'd marry David if I could. That's a good one, though. Thank
Yeah,
you. I couldn't
yeah.
think of one.
I knew someone would.
I get married to David just for the divorce. I mean, think
Right?
of like, perfect. That's a business transaction. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, with this last name business, I think Hunter was genuinely really upset, and it looks like it's going to be a to be continued moment again. So we'll see where we pick up next week.
Do we think that was one of those scenes where the cameras were rolling, but we just weren't? They probably didn't expect that to be in the show, or we don't know, because it just switched to that out of nowhere. There was no place for it. But then it was one of the most intriguing moments.
Yeah, perhaps. Anyway, let's move forward to predictions. And let's get into
predictions.
it.
Okay.
Yes.
And now, your
We're backing up.
AFTERBUZZ TV predictions.
I'm just thinking predictions. I'm thinking about this pickup from next week and really how Hunter Tyler's husband's going to get himself out of that hole.
Yeah.
What do you say after that? Just try to backtrack.
Well, I'm sorry to begin with. I shouldn't have gone there. That's the only way that I personally will accept it as.
Just buy her something.
It just
Just buy her a car or something. Do something.
It just seems a little harsh. That's a little. I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know if I would go.
Do you think they're going to continue on from that or not? Because we see the girls going to Palm Springs. I don't see her husband in.
I think they'll wrap it up. It's up in some way.
I hope so. I mean, this show does move. It moves quickly, but it moves slow at the same time.
Yeah.
The plot moves slowly, but we do kind of are cut to all these different locations. Palm Springs looks interesting, but I've seen this preview now where Vanessa gets upset and she throws the glass probably about a dozen times. So I have a kind of a bone to pick with the show because they keep spoiling all these moments. And it's like a movie trailer for a comedy movie where you see all the jokes play out, then you go to the movie and people are still laughing around you, and you're like, didn't you see the trailer for this?
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
We've heard these jokes over and over. All the good stuff is that's how I feel about Pitch Perfect. I just feel like that's just going to be okay, all the good parts are in the trailer, but whatever.
That is one of those moments where she threw water at them. We don't expect it. We're generally shocked, but now we know it's coming next week.
Yeah,
so you're right.
She's like, I don't give an F what Donna wants. I'm like, okay, so.
But do we think that she got advice from Crystal on how to throw that one?
I just find this show, it's very monotonous. I want to be able to have a shocking moment. Even the Housewives, they show, but they show a little leg and then they cover it up.
You said
know what I mean?
when we were coming out that coming out of the room watching the show. Sorry, should I finish that sentence? That you had an issue. Have you?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting into. Yeah, I just find it very monotonous, and I enjoy the show for what it is. But I just feel okay, all these big moments, the moment with Joan Collins, it's all been spoiled. We've seen the moments. Oh, we've seen them in the previews. Then next week, they play their promo before the last act, and it's just it's all exposed.
Is that what they need to do to get people watching the show? They almost need to expose these moments.
But then what's the benefit of watching if you're seeing the highlights?
But there's ways to edit it and make it interesting without giving stuff away as well.
Well, right, that's my point, and I just don't feel that they really do a good job of that right now. I'm kind of wanting to be able to, have a moment where I'm like, oh, I didn't see that coming, versus I saw that coming last week and the week before in the CBS preview, and I want to have a little bit of a surprise.
I was going to ask too, since we're talking about predictions, they also talked about in the preview for next week the issue of the reason she's throwing the glass is that she doesn't want a huge role in whatever show they do. Do you think that she's going to get her wish?
Well, remember CW told Donna that they really want Vanessa acting, and now she's all of a sudden says she's not she doesn't want to act. So it's going to be something to do with that, probably.
Yeah.
Donna's not going to accept it.
Yeah, well, she doesn't care what Donna wants.
If
you missed it.
Just in case. Well, let's transfer over to some news and gossip. Mark, what do you have?
Oh, I do have. I was going to tell everybody because I don't have cable, That's just how I roll.
What's wrong with you?
I know, that's how it goes. At the Freeman house. But you can watch Queens of Drama on poptv.com. I actually was able to watch it. When did I watch it? Thursday? I'm not sure when it gets put on.
Yeah.
But whenever I watched it, I think it was... Actually, I think I saw it on Wednesday. It airs on Wednesday. So yeah, it was on Wednesday. I got to watch it on poptv.com. So if you don't have Pop TV channel, you can watch it on the website.
Good point.
Speaking of websites, I need to give a shout out to a dear friend of mine who started a new reality show website called Taste of Reality. Let me grab it here real quick because I have it on my computer. And basically what it is you type in a restaurant or a location and it'll search if it's been mentioned in a reality show. They'll tell you where it is. They'll tell you about the place that they, like Fico that they went to. I don't know if it's on there. I guess I could look it up in there and see if it's on there. Let's see if it's in there.
Good idea.
So you can kind of see different locations that were featured on a reality show.
Yeah,
For a tourist, that's great.
Yeah.
For people coming Hollywood, coming to visit Hollywood, wouldn't you want to use this site and visit the locations?
It's not on there yet. Maybe not quite as up to date, but it's great.
They're
It's
working on it,
restaurants,
yeah.
cafes. They have bars, shopping, pampering, like salons that they go to and stuff like that. So you
Right.
can check out where all your favorite reality people are actually going to get their hair done and
Taste
what
of
gyms they're going.
Taste of Reality.
Tasteofreality.com. Yeah, check it out.
All right.
Tell
Well,
them Mark J Freeman section.
How do you not have cable?
Huh?
You need cable.
We're
mate.
down,
You're a host. What's wrong
we're
with you?
down to the Apple TV, but
Yeah.
I feel like though I really don't feel like I'm missing much.
Right.
Sports, like I don't get to see a lot of like
Yeah.
sports shows, like all that stuff. But other than that, I watch sports before you even say it.
I've totally fallen into the on-demand world, and I told myself I would be a conventional television viewer,
Yeah.
but Time Warner Cable has made sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
where can we find you on the internet?
Me? Oh, I thought you meant what websites do I go to? I am on Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, LORAYNE LOVE, and Facebook.com/ the Mark J Freeman.
I'm on Twitter, Guy and a Girl Show. You can also check me out Monday, Wednesdays, 12 p.m. Pacific on indie100.com, my radio show. I just talk rubbish. And we play good.
I'd like
we play
that.
good music though. We play good indie music, but I just talk rubbish. But listen to it. Check me out. Tell me what you think.
And what other show are you doing for AfterBuzz? Are you on another panel?
Oh yeah, Shark Tank in a few hours actually.
Okay, there
I nearly
you go.
forgot that. Thank you.
All right, yeah, you're welcome. And you can find me over on Twitter at Grants__Rants. I also am having a podcast come out of my own, which is just kind of a little mini talk show called Grants Rants Hollywood Talk, and I'll be announcing those premiere dates soon. But you can continue to find me and us discussing Queens of Drama here on AfterBuzz TV.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.